everyone, and welcome back to my channel, JRC Restoration, Decor and Designs, and my name is Phyllis. And here on my channel, I share DIYs, home decor, Goodwill thrift hauls, and much, much more. This is a part one of a 3 or 4 series bathroom makeover that I'm doing for my sister. This picture you just saw was of the very first bathroom that I did using this contact paper that I purchased from Walmart. And that bathroom that I did it in June of 2020. I think it was June or July of 2020. And the contact paper is holding up. I did a review of it back in March of 2021, which is this year, and it's holding up very good. This is a video clip of my sister's bathroom vanity. You'll see part of the bathroom, but today in this video you'll be just seeing how I make over the vanity. Again, this will be a 3 or 4 parts because I'm doing her vanity, and then I'm doing her stand-in shower, covering the entire shower with the marble contact paper. And I will be doing the white wall. You see the little white wall that's in front of her tub. I'll be covering that with black contact paper. But the difference that I'll be doing in this bathroom, other than that wall than I did in the first bathroom, I will be sealing it with polyurethane. And this was a request that she asked. It's not necessary, but it's something that she asked for. But I found out that I believe it will stand up even better than just the contact paper alone. Again, the first bathroom that I did is holding up fine, and there's nothing wrong with it. It is waterproof, and I did put in the review, I did a screenshot showing that the paper itself stated it is waterproof, mold proof, and mildew proof. But again, this is just my sister's vanity. Here I am taking some cleaner that she already had on hand. I didn't purchase any kind of special cleaner, and this is not a sponsored video of this product. But I took that, sprayed the entire countertop and the sink, and I just scrubbed it, rinsed it off, and then I took this yellow microfiber cloth and just wiped down to make sure I got all of the water off before applying the contact paper. Now coming up again, I'm going to show you the paper, or actually the wrapping that it came in. Again, I purchased this from Walmart, and I've been using this a lot now for the past 2 or 3 years. I did my daughter's kitchen, I did my kitchen countertop and backsplash. I did a friend of mine's, I did her kitchen backsplash and countertop, and then again that bathroom that I did back in 2020, and now I'm doing my sister's bathroom, and I even did my dad's bathroom in November of 2020. That video too I will link to if you'd like to see that as well. But here I'm laying it out differently than I did for the bathroom that I did in Florida. My sister lives in Baltimore, but the bathroom I did in Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, is where my daughter stays, which is her dad's home. I live in Atlanta, so that would explain the reason why I don't do my reviews so close, because I go to Jacksonville maybe at least once, no more than twice a year. But here I'm laying it out differently. Instead of going from one end all the way across to the other, like I did that bathroom. After I did my review of the vanity, I decided I was going to lay the paper a different way, which is what I'm doing now, because I could take the paper and fold it up under the vanity as opposed to doing a strip, which will cause it to peel up after a while if you lean up against it. So here I am cutting out the slits to lay them out first, which right here I've already done. And this sink only took not even a full roll. So I've laid them out, and here I'm showing you, I'm just going to cut slits to just fill in those spots. I will be showing you how I filled in behind the faucet. That was the trickiest part about covering this vanity, is behind the faucet and cutting around the circle basin, the sink. But you'll be seeing here I'm going to be using a blow dryer, which will cause the adhesion to stick better to the sink, but then also it will stiffen it up some to where it'll make it easy for me to cut around the basin, and you'll see that further on in the video. So here is where I start laying it down, and I will be speeding up the video in certain areas as to not prolong the video no longer than what it already is. So again, I'm just laying it down here, and then I'm just using my credit card to just smooth it out. Here I'll be pulling it up again, because if you can see over there on the end, it kind of folded under a little bit, but I'll pull it up and straighten it out. Here I'm just smoothing it down, and then again you'll see here I'll be pulling it up where from against the wall to straighten it out, because it kind of creased a little bit. And then what I saw when I was pulling up, it almost tore. I just decided just to press it down, because when I do the dryer, when I hit the blow dryer on it, it's going to heat it up to where I can just press the crease out with my finger. Now here it is. I did all the way up to the basin. Here I am showing you the crease. When you put the blow dryer to that, it causes the adhesion on the back of the paper to adhere and conform to whatever it's laying on. Doing that is real good, because again, it stiffens the paper to make it easy for me to cut. I lean here it is, I'm just going around the basin with the blow dryer, or not blow dryer, but hair dryer, or it is a blow dryer. And then I lean my utility knife up against the sink and then just trace it. So I lean it and then just follow the form of the sink all the way around. I did have to cut off the excess paper because it was basically in my way. Now this was real tricky trying to get this done, because I am right-handed. This was like the left-handed, so you see I had to get up on top of the vanity and to get a nice smooth cut. And some parts I did have to, like this here, there were little pieces that was hanging over. I had to use my scissors to do a little clipping like that, and then cut it. And again, using the blow dryer helped make it a little stiffer to where it would make it easy for me to use the utility knife. And here I'm going up the side, and the reason why I'm going up with the paper is because I'm trying to keep the same flow of the pattern of the veining with the countertop or the vanity top. So I wanted to, because you can tell if you turn the paper a different way, it is very obvious when it's laid that the veining is going a different way. And usually on most of these papers, there is an arrow, not most of them, but some, there will have an arrow on the back telling you which way the veining would go. This paper does not, but it's still obvious when you lay down the paper. If you turn the paper a different way, the veining, you would see the difference. And here it is, it's all done. You saw where I put the blow dryer on the corner. Again, it causes the heat, causes the paper to conform to whatever it's laying on. Now this is not a 100% perfect layout of it, and I try to perfect it as possible I can by using the blow dryer and the utility knife. But in the end, after putting you will see the polyurethane on it, it helps seal it. And then what I didn't think about until I actually watched this video while I was editing it, I could have used some caulking to give it a finished look. So I'll probably, if I think about it when I go back to Baltimore, I will do that, just seal it with some caulking. It's never too late to do that. So here again, this is the other side of the sink where I'm using the blow dryer. Now this side was easier because it was with my right hand. You can see, you'll be able to see where I'm just taking the knife, and I'll be able just to continuously go with no problem and not stopping, because again, being right-handed, it made it easier. It may look like I'm using my left hand on this, but it's just that because the camera or the video is flipped. And again, using that blow dryer makes it so much easier to cut the paper, because the blow dryer causes the paper to adhere to the sink. And once you get it started, you can just follow it all the way around. And then I'm going to show you, it's a perfect cut. My greatest challenge was getting behind that faucet. That was very difficult. I was on that for about 10 minutes, just that little piece, trying to get the sink form behind the faucet cut. as perfectly as I possibly can. But again, when I put the polyurethane on it, it seals it and it gives it a finished look. But again, I believe using some caulking or sealer would even make it look better. Now it's all done, and after each application of me laying down the paper, I do make sure I use the dryer to help seal it in. And here it is. All of that is finished except the little front piece there that you saw, and then again this piece behind the sink. And here you'll see there are some jagged edges trying to cut to get around that curve, but I think I did a good job. And here I'm just kind of just not testing it, but touching it up a little bit, getting rid of little overflow pieces that is overflowing into beyond that bullnose lipped edge. It's not easy to cut around a sink like this. I did my daughter's and I never videotaped it because it was a mess, but when I learned that the blow dryer, heating it up to make it stiffer, helped a lot. Now here I sped up the video because this part right here took me, and I looked at it when I recorded it, took me 11 minutes. Exactly 11 minutes and 3 seconds just to do this little piece right here. So I sped it up. And right in here is where it took so long. So you'll see I'm going on each side, side to side. I used the scissors to snip off the excess to get it out of my way. And then I used the blow dryer to make it kind of stiff so it makes it easier to cut. If the paper is soft, you risk tearing it when you cut it. So that's why I say using the blow dry helps make it nice and stiff to where it's easier to cut with the utility knife. It's just getting around the faucet part, which is what was very challenging. Now I have to say so myself. I did a pretty good darn job trying to cut around this sink and making it is not 100% perfect, but I would say I would give myself maybe a 95%. It was very challenging getting around it, but I did it, and I'm glad the way it turned out. Now here I'm showing you where it's all done. Or on this edge, I am going to put a piece to come under, not a strip, but a piece to cover that whole part and to turn under, and put the blow dryer to conform under that. I don't think I showed that part. And then up there, right there, I have to cut the edges off, trim the edges just like I did around the sink. But it all came out nice. Now what's coming up, I'm going to be using again the water-based polyurethane. I love this stuff. I use this, first time I used this is when I did the kitchen in Florida of my friends back in June of 2020. Again, this is the water-based and I love it. It goes on with a white coating. And this little brush, when I went to Home Depot, I was telling the people what I was doing and asked what is the best kind of brush to use. And I knew the kind of brush, but I asked them, I told them I have a long vanity and a shower, and I want something that's going to go on smooth but also give me cut down on time. So they gave me that brush. I didn't buy the stick because I was doing it by hand. So I poured that into this tub, which we got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just brushing it on. So I dip it in and rub off the excess, and it made that brush cut off so much time on covering this and the shower. I mean, the coverage time went so fast. And just FYI, I didn't share it, but I did do 3 coats on the sink and 3 coats in the shower. If you notice, I came from front to back like I'm doing here, and when it dried, then I went horizontally. So here I'm going vertically, and then when I come back, I go horizontally because I didn't want to really see lines. So going horizontally after it dried, not while it's wet, but after it dried, The second coat, I went horizontally. Right here, this is the vertical. You can see how the shine is where it's coming from front to back. On the second round, I did horizontally, and then the third round, I did again front to back. So it can kind of, you won't see the strokes, the brush strokes. But I love the way this came out. And like I said, I'm going to do my bathroom, and I'm going to use this polyurethane on top when I do mine as well. Now the brush here, I was just trying to smooth it out some more, trying to get some of the brush strokes out to not be so visible. That's all I'm doing with this. It's not necessary, but that's just what I wanted to do. Okay, so here are the cabinet doors. I painted them black. She had some black paint on hand. I didn't use any cabinet paint. It's just black paint that she had by Valspar. And I sealed the doors with the polyurethane. Now my thing is, you can use cabinet paint. If you have it, use it. And if you don't have it and can't afford to buy it, and you already have some on hand, I think the way the paint will adhere to whatever you're using, and I'll say in this case, kitchen cabinets and the bathroom cabinets, because the bathroom is around moisture, and then the kitchen, depending on where it is, you may have the grease, over the stoves where the grease pops. As long as you prep it properly to take the paint, which I forgot to show you all in here, I did prep it using what I always use. I didn't use a sander. I use liquid sander, and I'll flash a bottle of that across the screen. That's what I use to prep my cabinets and then seal them. And here it is. I touched it showing you that the countertop, that it was dry. But as long as you do your prepping correctly, and that is use some kind of sanding method, and of course wipe it down, take all the dust off, then paint. And then I use 3 coats of paint as well as 3 coats of the polyurethane. And then of course you just maintain well. The paint should hold up and it shouldn't peel. But if you're doing something fast, you don't prep it and you just throw on paint and don't seal it, it's gonna peel. It's not gonna last. So you get what you do and you get what you pay for. And here it is all done. The countertop sealed, and you can see where it came horizontally. You can see where I brushed it horizontally. You can't see the vertical because I went over it with the second coat, and I did do a third coat. But she loved the way it turned out, and I love the way it turned out. You'll see in the final video where she bought peacock doorknobs, not doorknobs, cabinet knobs, because her colors in her bathroom is peacock teal. You will see, I will have a DIY video where I created some things. I did a canvas in her bathroom where I purchased a shower curtain from Amazon. It has peacock feathers and the colors in it. That will be in the third video, I believe. I'm going to pretty much do it like I did her basement video, where I'm showing you the transformations that I'm doing, and then the DIYs, and then the full reveal. Well, this is all of the Vanity Bathroom Makeover, and I want to thank you all for stopping by. Thank you so much for watching JRC Restoration, Decor, and Designs. And remember, the distance between your dreams and reality is called action. So until next time, make it a blessed and productive day, everyone. Bye-bye.